For news, views, and entertainment, stay tuned to Society for Radio Democracy. 98.1, simply the best.
Fambul, good evening, and so I want to take welcome Unu to another edition of the program Ports R. The Ports R and a program where the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority they use for bring waiting the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority they do inside the maritime sector, and a program where they use for bring come to you and then yourself be able to talk to them directly. It come to you today on Radio Democracy 98.1 and on Choice FM 93.3. You same way so they get to you on Radio Democracy then Facebook page, and make I tell you say yourself will be part of the program by way you they sending you comments to the number 077-981-981. The number you will send you text message na 077-981-981, and you go same way so drop your comment on the Radio Democracy then Facebook page, and then we go bring and come for you inside the program. May they bring the program to Unu Fosika Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. Me na Mac Ivan Kark Minivandi. Me na the head of media and public relations in the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. Inside the program, we talk about the successes, the challenge them, and the future outlook of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. And for talk about them thing there, so I get Big Alejo them inside the studio with me. And the one pandem Big Alejo them, na the director of planning and research at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, in the person of Abubakar Kamara Esquire. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Fambul.
Same way, so inside the program, I get with me Abubakar J. Dumbuya, in the head of operations for the Nectar Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal, where we call NSBT. Good evening and welcome to the program.
Good evening, Fambul. Good evening, Sierra Leonean. Good evening, Abdul. Thank you for having me.
So, I want to start the ball rolling with the director of planning and research at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. As per establishment, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority being, first of all, the Sierra Leone Ports Authority being founded or established by the Sierra Leone Ports Act of 1963. And then we don't see, over time, we don't see that there is a change from now Sierra Leone Ports Authority and now to the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. So, first of all, people go want to know what bring about this change, and then change in name, and one for also know if there is a change in mandate, change in functions, and then thing that day.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Morito. Let's start off by introducing myself formally. I am Abubakar Kamara, the Director of Research Planning and Development. And my key function now for basically provide strategic leadership in formulating, implementing, and monitoring SLPHA strategic plan, and research initiative, and also the development programs of the authority. So basically we manage, we research, we plan, and we develop for the authority. Now to your question, we have an age-old act, which is the Port Act of 1964. Imagine from 1964, we only operate on the same act. Times have changed, we still get the same act. So that has been one of the setbacks for we. So with the current administration, we try, progress been done, they take place for ensure that we change these acts. Finally, in 2023, we'll be able to hit we'll be able to hit that milestone day and get the Port Act number 9 of 2023. That act is very, very significant. It changed everything about the authority. You realize the name of the act even changed. We had in 1964 on to 2023, we had the Sierra Leone Port Act of 1964. And in 2023, the new act we'll get now, it's the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority Act. That means it expands the mandate of the authority. Now this new act don't give mandates for cover all, aside ports, all harbors, jetties, wharves, and related facilities. So that is significant change we don't get. So now this one they give you the opportunity for establish and get management na the different ports and harbors where we get na Salone. But that, I mean, time will come for that one day because we just decide for ensure that we get through the act as it is now. So just give that opportunity there. They realize say under this new act, we now have a director general. In the old act, there we had general manager. Now the director general is more powerful. You understand? And this director general we get now is a board member. If you look at the act, in the previous acts, the director general will just a director general without a
board status.
Thank you, without board status. This one now don't give him a board status. You know, so that is very very key about this new act. You know, so there are a lot. It's a progressive act, and it don't give we now the full status of a landlord port. You know, we are operating as a service port until we get privatization kick in, where we get Boloi now, AGL and NSBT, where they run the bulk and break bulk terminal. I mean NSBT, they have AGL where they run the container terminal. You know, so basically we don't give out most of the core functions to them private entities. Yeah, so now we in a landlord. But under the Port Act of 1964, we are still a service port. When in actual effect, we are now a landlord port. But now this 2023 Act don't make we a full landlord port.
All right, this 2023 Act don't make the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority a landlord port. As Yeri, the Director of Planning, Research and Development, Abubakar Kamara, don't they talk about? Yeri mentioned, say, now we not only the oversee ports, we also the oversee harbor, then jetty them and the other different thing them. This is nothing they will want enough for no. For let we know they get them misconceptions. Them say, well, even the head of the Ports and Harbors Authority, some call and general manager, when in actual sense now director general. The program they carry on, and in case you just join we, this now Ports they come to you on Radio Democracy 98.1 and on Choice FM 93.3. And on Radio Democracy, the Facebook page. I'll come back to you, Director. So, with the fact that we don't move from the Sierra Leone Ports Authority to now we get a wider scope, how you would describe major achievements them where the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority don't make inside the past few years?
Yeah, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority don't make, I can probably say, tremendous progress, especially under the leadership of Director General Yankuba Askiabio. You know, under leadership, we don't see the youthful exuberance and the positive impacts we don't create in the authority. We have a lot of achievements, both locally and internationally. You know, so if I can run through a few of them, I try to categorize them. We get for operational excellence and cargo efficiency. You know, we don't do a lot in that direction there. You know, we don't enhance cargo handling capacity. We don't do now we have a record container traffic goods. Now this they go as per year. We get goods. It's not coming down. We get goods as per year. You know, so you find out say just between 2023 to 2024 we get an increase of just to put container. We get a surge of that over 158%. That is so huge, you know. And for transit as well, during this period that you feel like I talk to you, so we don't get an increase by 219%. So this all show how we put on expand, you know. And once again we need to underscore when one of our key achievements. Now we're in collaboration with NSBT now for do a new port. You know, a new bat. Over the years, we've been get just 7 bats. When NSBT come as part of the licensing agreements and concession agreements, there was a program for do a new bat. I mean, it may sound impossible. Like how they can't get a new bat, blah 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 blah. Today, we have a new bat, which is the BAT 8, and that BAT they attract larger vessels.
So for a person we basically not able to understand too much about shipping terms. Waiting at this bath.
Where bats basically na the area where a ship they come anchor for discharge. Then I don't want a bat. So we get 7. Now with NSBT, they don't can do another new one for we. And this new one we then do is so important to we because it don't kind of like attract vessels with larger drafts. You understand? And even the depth of that bat day is more than the other bats that we exist in. Now let me give you an instance. The previous bats who get amongst themselves been the attract approximately vessels with approximately 44,000 metric tons. Now with this new bats, we get up to 50,000 metric tons. So that's very, very huge. So and another important milestone we don't do but this one largely with the attribution to the efforts and brainchild of the Director General. You find out one of the constraints are congestion at the port, which is a serious constraint. So now what he do is say, you know what, let us ensure we have a dry port. Because you find out say we get a lot of containers, when are transit containers when they go to Guinea. Most of the containers they pass through, some people don't even know that. And for accommodate that and that of the hand we self get now a serious burden to we. So what thing you do, he ensures that we get an ICD, inland container depot, where we coordinate the Hastings. That is very, very huge. You don't do very tremendously in decongesting the port. So now if you have a transit container, you go and do the processes at Hastings. When once it's off the container, you take it to Hastings and you go there, do the clearance process and get your container. You know. And under this current dispensation as well, we don't see the establishment of a new port, which we are the Mafoki port, the CTC establishment, new port, we now for transportation of minerals with iron ore, you know. So all of these now progress is we really don't underscore. We're very, very important. Then if you go to the port, we car park. There been some place where been so dilapidated and there was no control. So they find out say now we don't do perimeter fence, and now we get control over them, and it's beautifully made. If you go there, you know say at least there's progress here, you know. So I mean all them progress here, so we do not only limited not limited locally, internationally. We are active members of the ports management of West and Central Africa. We are PIMOCA. That a very, very important body where they manage maritime activities in this part of the world. We are active members, and consecutively we don't bag awards from them as best port in import and export programs as here in Africa under PIMOCA. In like for instance in 2023 or 2024 we get an award from them as the best port. And apart from that also in 2024 we were ranked as the top port by PIMOCA and African Green Ports Ocean Council. This has been awarded as the best performing port based on the compliance mechanisms, you know. So I mean we have achieved a lot, and one other achievement we don't get under the Yankubu Abiu-led administration. Now the fact say the Ministry of Transport and Aviation, Civil Ports and Harbors Authority, by the way, we are an agency under the Ministry of Transport and Aviation. The Ministry of Transport and Aviation gets a program where they roll out, which they call the PTT, Performance Tracking Table. That one day, then it's a program where they assess all the agencies under the ministry. We have SLRSA, SLME, Ports, SLPTA, Civil Aviation, and the likes. I mean, Ministry of Transport get the biggest portfolio when it comes to agencies. So under the agencies here, so during this assessment, Civil Ports and Harbors Authority record first always so far. Consecutively, we have been ranked as the top agency. So and another achievements we the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority don't underscore. We for lose sight of the fact say when Yankuba Askiabiyo as Director General just take up office. In the first 2 years, in the first 2 months or so, he was able to employ 200 youths. Make no joke about it. It's a fact. It's a reality. But people not being facing. Some people deny. Say not possible. But he was able to employ 200 youths, which makes Port one of the largest government employers. You understand? And also, we inherit an age-old severance benefits claim from court. This has been since 2012 or something. We run into billions. This administration don't ensure say we will settle one day. We settled it today. We are happy to say we have settled that. So there are a lot, and as we go on, I can produce more.
Okay, continue for the with we. In the Director of Planning and Research and Development at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, Abubakar Kamara, we don't take we through some of the success stories that the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority get as a government agency. As you talk about a myriad of things then. But in case you just join we, this program will come to you on 98.1 and on Choice FM 93.3 and same also on Radio Democracy, the Facebook page and our ports are. Today we'll talk about the successes, challenges and future outlook of the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority. I want for bringing you in Abubakar Jedumbuya, Head of Operations at the NSBT. So before you maybe talk about achievements for person or people we no know who that or waiting at NSBT, who that unu be and waiting who they do.
For listeners, then NSBT simply means Nectar Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal. This now a concept from the parent body in a Nectar Group, and then they into port operation all over the years. And the total fit say when we go Salon, we set up what we call Nectar Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal. Nectar Group as a world-class operator group, they specialize in cargo bulk handling, and within 165 locations around the world, and within 75 countries. So this is a bit background of Nectar. We are the parent body of NSBT, and they don't begin operate since 1972. So coming to Sierra Leone, they set up NSBT. We Nectar Sierra Leone Bulk Terminal. They wholly focus on terminal operations, and at the same time, they do logistics, warehousing, and equipment. So we have a lot of activities we do when it's come to port activities. Yes.
Okay, so as you rightfully mentioned that in Adonde, over 100 countries in the world, different locations.
Within 75 countries, 165 locations.
165 locations.
Yes.
So since you come Sierra Leone, since you commence operations inside Sierra Leone, how you go best describe what's don't be one of most significant achievements then since you start operations at Sierra
Leone? If I can go back like what my brother said, in 2015 when Nectar took over core section of the port, we now like Bat1 and Bat2. Now they will be on the operate over the years. But then Total Fit to help the country and then see business opportunity here, they decided to invest in the new BAT. The new BAT, some people can think it is impossible at that time, because if you look at the place Usai, the Watabi Day and how that place they be so rough, for let go put another jetty and another BAT, people go say no, it cannot happen. But Nectar, we believe in infrastructure, we believe in development, and we believe in capacity building to expand. So the board, the directors and Total Fit, yes, this is a place we need for reclaim, and the place where they reclaim is 5.4 acres of land. it's a vast and a big place where we claim for put another jetty day, where if you look at the length overall, you're gonna give 250 meter. Where the good thing of this one, the bigger vessels we able come in now. Even if you get a vessel of a cape size, where within that range day, you go able come in because it gets enough baller space to say you go able tie with the vessel coming. So we thought and 50 years, we cannot just limit with vessel level to 150, 190, 200. Let's expand, let's move from this point. So the company invests a lot of money, where is a $50 million project. And the country, they enjoy the facility, the increase in trade. And like Kami brother say, even the importers them is good for them, because when you bring in a vessel we get higher volume, your freight cost they reduce. And when your freight cost reduce, we the consumers they go enjoy that opportunity there, because even on the market you go get a better price we go afford for buy 'em. So Nectar invest in the new bat, and as we talk now, it in full swing operation when I would use as of now. Yes.
All right, in case you just join with this Snapot Ask, remember say you can be part of this program, or you go send in your comments, your questions and concerns to the text message line 077 981 981. The number you go send your text to na 077 981 981, or you could drop your comments na the Facebook page on the Radio Democracy, then Facebook page on the video where you get to it loud and clear. They come back to you, Dumbia. So we don't talk about some of the achievements, and you mentioned the construction of the new bath.
Yes.
So, which kind of impact this, construction here? So this construction of this new bath, which kind of impact it get on cargo handling operations?
Before this time, when we did operate with the two bath, the winner bat 1 and bat 2, there are a lot of constraints. We are in. If you look at from the jetty side to the warehouse, it's 13 to 14 meter. So the space small. When two trucks then come in for can load, definitely you don't narrow the other space we left. So the trucks for let you get away for maneuver for go out, it will be difficult. But with this new bat, we are talking about from the key wall to the end side, which are even warehouse get for day, it's more than 30 meter. So this now a huge significant improvement with the new bat. And also bear in mind, one of the improvements on that side, when we come in earlier on at that time in 2015, we invest $3 million in equipment. We try for say, you know what, over the past years, the gears they wouldn't be used. They again to international standard. Even you, the operators, if they find it difficult. So Nectar say, you know what, let's invest in equipment, let's bring in spreaders, let's bring in chains, let's bring in all these gears that can fast in the operation. The weight stacker way they use is $500,000, where if you use crane to do the weighing, it's so difficult and it's challenging. But when you use the weight stacker, which is designed for, like, for example, container lifting, it makes the thing become so easy and simple. So Nectar, they into NSBT, they into equipment, and then they invest in all kind of equipment for let them make sure say the thing go simple and easy. Then another thing way I want let people know. Before this time, when people and they bring them vessel in a port, it take close to a month. Like if you have 30 to 40,000 metric tons for discharge, what did they get the cause? Because of equipment. When gears they find it difficult. So now I can tell you, if you bring a vessel close to 40 or 50,000 metric tons, you discharge them within 10 to 15 days. And one of the reasons will lead to 15 days, like what in the wet season. Of course, when it rain, we have no option. You just get foreclosed. So you cannot operate under wet season, especially when it rain. So this all come back to the investment of the gears then. When you invest in the gears, you make the job easy and lightly for the people then. Yeah.
So, as if I can cue from waiting, Abubakar J. Dumbuya be done to say, because of them in involvement in the cargo handling, bulk cargo handling.
Yes.
We don't we don't reduce that time the way you plan to take for let you clear waiting you begin come. Now, I mean, also be doing 15 days or so, it's way lesser than that, all because of this. So when director in the talk earlier on, he mentioned say especially in the first 2 months, although
Yes.
that number don't increase as time they go.
Yes.
But making reference to the first 2 months of the Director General in terminal office, we talk about the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority creating employment for about 200 youths
Yes.
and all of that. So, how the NSBT don't contribute towards employment creation, and capacity building for Sierra Leoneans then?
That's a very good one. If you look at since the inception of NSBT to date, we have increased 40%, in terms of capacity building for Sierra Leoneans. Them, the company policies, it make them clear for knowledge transfer. You understand?
Yes.
And empowering local staff. NSBT senior management team now, NSBT senior management team comprised of 99% Sierra Leoneans. Yes,
Pure
including
local content.
pure local content. In fact, I can tell you the whole NSBT team only have one staff who are experts. All the rest we are Sierra Leonean. And this is under the leadership of the general manager. We'll see him clearly because he's the kind of person you call at 1 o'clock safe, he respond to you call midnight. So he cares for know everything what did happen at the terminal in all area. Even we sitting general manager, now is Sierra Leonean, the first female ever for occupy that seat today. Me when they talk to you so as head of operation, the will be the occupier, now expert. But this tell you say, Nectar believe in knowledge transfer and capacity building. And this the good thing of the transformation of the ports. Let me give you one instance. When Nectar took over, when NSBT took over the ports in 2015, we employ most of the Bobode within that axis there. The laborers them, the sweepers them, we employ them, let them come in. And at that time, we employ them as cleaners. But there is a saying in Nectar, say, if you employ as a cleaner, you're not for left as cleaner. We they invest in you. We cannot just only invest in the company, but we invest in the personnel then. And as we can speak now, to date, some of them, now technical assistants them, some of them, we don't transform them to operators. Some of them, we don't make them a loft and rigging department where na they then they look after the gears them. When the ship come, we don't discharge, we don't offload. Those are the guys who get for inspect the gear, check them with the supervision of the one that we don't train. So that shows you how Nectar believe in invest in the people. Because if we left them so, say, okay, you know what, we employ them as cleaner, let them continue as cleaner. That means say we don't want to add value in them. So we add value in them, and they like it, they get a very good result when they give to the port, to the country as a whole, because we believe in capacity building.
All right, continue for stay with you now. The program they carry on, and Ports are you to get to on 98.1 and on Choice FM 93.3 and on Radio Democracy then Facebook page, and sending you comments, questions, concerns, and contribution to the number 077 981 981. 077981981, or you can send na Radio Democracy them Facebook page under the live video, and we will definitely bring your voice inside the program. I'll come over back to you, Director. With all these achievements and developments and where they carry on, one thing where people go on for Nuna, if or how the SLPHA they contribute, because we don't talk about supporting employment, we don't talk about infrastructural development. So Famble go on to know how the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority in its transformation drive they support economic development inside Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that question. Like I said initially, the progress of every organization hinges on the leadership.
Yes.
SLPHA, we are blessed to have a leader who is leading us well, hands on. He always take the lead. So when he come, the first thing we try for look at in terms of revenue generation, for review, tariff structure. We don't get a tariff who they operate on since 1997. So in 2005, the Director General say, come on, enough is enough. We need for look at with tariff. Otherwise, it will be difficult for us to make the required revenue. Mind you, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbors Authority, not a subvented agency.
Mm-hmm.
We get paid by what we earn at the port. You understand? So we review a tariff system. We don't give we a very very good advantage in terms of revenue generation. And quite apart from that, of course, we get revenue from the marine charges and other freight levies we do. Across we have departments we really they generate revenue for we, like the operations department, the harbors, the harbor department, and also the finance. And I can also add the company service office we get with estates because we have we get with estate that working let outs like stores and the likes. You understand? And one important thing again we have to underscore under revenue generation are the facts say we are doing our supervisory role well. As a landlord port, we supervise with concessionaires very well. NSBT and AGL. For the first time since privatization, now under this leadership, we don't begin pay dividend to government. For the past 3 years, we don't pay dividend to government, and it's been going. The final say it come up. So in 2023, for instance, we paid dividend to government from FTL. Yes, of $4 million. In 2024, we paid $7 million, and in 2025 we have paid $8 million. That tells you, Sierra Ports and Harbors Authority is one of the biggest supporters of government in terms of revenue generation. And for the mere fact that Sierra Ports and Harbors Authority, we don't give VAT to lending to pay our staff and to own our institution tells you we are very very good and we are operating our finances very well. Yeah.
So in all of these gains we the Silent Ports and Harbors Authority they make there are some factors we get to do with this, like we don't mention the adjustment of the tariff, the review of the tariff, and then one thing gets to do also with technology, how technology will improve port efficiency and service delivery now at the Port of Freetown.
Yeah, the whole, the world, especially, ports across the world, we are examples to we are gravitating towards technology. So we are as well gravitating towards technology, and first off, we have an IT unit. We fall under my mandate. We have an IT unit. We're very robust. That is why we have, for instance, we have a software. We manage with finances and how to monitor them. We are the GP dynamics. Yeah. And you realize, say, now we try for cuts on paper. We want to go paperless. We don't start with certain departments. For now, we are currently on at the operations departments for ensure, say, we go paperless, because you can only be effective. You can only be effective when you automate things. So now you realize even the clearance process, in as much as now we are at the tail end of the clearance process, after we all man doing your work. Now we are at the tail end for ensure, say, we put all the documents together. Now we have digitalized that. So from we clearing room to the gates, automated service with the render. So that's why we know how important technology is, and we really they grab the opportunity and we harness, we work towards technology. That is why, in fact, we also establish the Outlook system. Where directors communicate, and it's only directors where people communicate, but mainly for directors. So whatever I do here, you can be in your office and know that this is about. I'll just send it to you through Outlook. That nothing way with Director General online way, because he's quick at sending emails and he prompts you. And for when we go meetings, he upload people where they watch their emails. Say this person they watch emails, they watch your email. So so it's so like everybody every morning, like it's not a culture. Yes, it's not a culture. So when I go to the office in the morning, I know I have to check my email. Otherwise, if I go to meetings, the Director General they pounce at me, say, hey, this man they check email, this man they understand. Yeah. So in terms of technology, we are not there yet, but we are making practical steps to ensure that, like I say, we don't begin with the operations department, harbor, of course, HR, and finance. Then they operate on the GP dynamics. So with time, we will ensure so we get all the departments up and running. That is why the single window system is also, it's also on the table. We will ensure so we get a one-stop shop we will call the port community. We are in Akindina, the Kisina covers of my home, and clear my container. Or do me clear reports. I will only come for can't take the physical container, but only for can begin the work at table to table and pass documents and all landing. That's very, very important. That's why it's on the table and we are thinking strongly about it.
All right, continue further with the program. And now the Director of Planning, Research and Development at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. I come back to you, Abubakar J. Dumbuya. As NSBT, we really talk about waiting not only do over the years and looking at some of the achievements and I don't make way in among that get to do with the construction of the third bath.
Yes.
We you say very significant to ports or cargo handling as you really highlight rightfully. So in all of this, how NSBT do enhance safety, security and environmental standards them in the terminal?
NSBT, because if you have a clean port, it's a safe port.
Mm-hmm.
If the port is not clean, then it's not safe. So security and the operation, we collaborate with the port authority. Mm-hmm. We get trained and qualified staffs them where they handle security matters. So what the NSBT do first, then try for train a qualified PFSO. We including myself, we the company they invest in you, send you for external training. Then we get the health and safety personnel in Bako will give a new boss training where they know about health and safety. We collaborate with the port because mind you, we get a port we are in other like other side the road don't go. We get for be a zero pedestrian, and that's in I believe the port they work towards too. But as of now, they collaborate with the Port Authority and other stakeholders. Them. That's why every Wednesday we get Gavas Toolbox. We tell the awareness of the safety and how they go able to come at the port and work safe and go home safe. And every Friday back we get employees Toolbox talk. So these are all measures where we put in place for tell you say when you come at the port, the first priority is you first. When you safe, the other person go safe. Yes, so we are working on it and we see a lot of progress because now even the drivers and the other people where they come, they are aware say, hey, I'm not going to enter if I not get flasher. So if they go find flasher. I'm not going to enter if I go operational area and not get bullet, if they go find bullet. Even if you do, people in the way they stop you say go out, for pass here. You are not to your mandate. Before BPP comply before you kaya. Yeah.
All right, continue for the between the program. We also don't get joined by the Operational Excellence Manager at the Freetown Terminal Limited, Daryl Coker. Good evening and welcome to the program, Daryl. So we want for make you tell family them first off, waiting at the Freetown Terminal Limited, waiting una they do, and basically waiting on be one of major achievements them inside Sierra Leone over the past few years.
So, we found Freetown Terminal, now the terminal we get the concession for handle containers, vehicles, and some big parts of break bulk. And some of the achievement is what the port will be proud of today and foresee how Freetown Terminal don't try for bring we to a level of global recognitions and for put Freetown at the face of logistics. We don't try also for improving the operational efficiency in the port and also strength in cargo handling and capacity, latest machines where they handle most of the projects and the government of Sierra Leone they embark on with all the mining equipment with the boast of and also lights and everything. These machines, how you manage or wonder how they come Freetown because we get the required equipment to handle this capacity and for meet logistic challenge in Sierra Leone. And Freetown Terminal not just stop there, is a continuous improvement process wherein we study the market for see that say we make sure say customer service is number one and make sure say they always put smile at them face. For we make sure say they doing business in Sierra Leone make them easy for everybody.
Doing business in Sierra Leone make them easy for everybody. So in all of this one, yeah, so you talk about how they support the ports and Harbours Authority in the role of trade facilitation. So which impact FTL don't get on employment creation and skills development for Sierra Leoneans then?
So for employment creation, as at today we do above 400 we would employ, even though they invest on machines and everything. You find out, say, we also try for collaborate with the port and all stakeholders for the way for align ourselves to the challenges and the growth where they happen at the business community. So Freetown Terminal is not like isolating themselves in whatever development, but we also they work with the port and other stakeholders. We also they try for not only on employment, but also try for support people there with scholarship within the communities and all around the country, like building school, primary school. These are like building the future. It's not like making just money on logistics, but going beyond logistics, like bringing education to the forefront and empowering people. So we not just they look at only moving boxes, but we also they look at how we can bring knowledge to the people of Sierra Leone.
All right, continue for day with we Fambul. This the Port Eye and the Carry On 98.1 FM and same we so on Choice FM and you get we on Radio Democracy and Facebook page. Now time follow it on the mic over to you by what they bring in you comments, your questions and contributions them from the Facebook page and the 0779191 inbox. This one from Andrew Kui, they say Sierra Leone needs more potentials like Director Kamara. He has contributed immensely, both home and abroad. Bravo from Andrew Kui. Catherine Dumbuya, they say, they ask, you always talk about efficiency. What's one concrete success SLPHA achieved in the last 12 months that has actually reduced cost or wasting time for importers and exporters? And they ask about the concrete success SLPHA achieved in the last 12 months. We don't actually reduce costs and waste or wasting time for importers and exporters. From Catherine Dumbuya again, you say turnaround time for vessels is still a major complaint. What's the major? Okay, we go bring that one day from the 981981 inbox. This one they say, how does the authority address congestion and operational bottlenecks at the port? You see, how does the authority address congestion and operational bottlenecks at the port? This one they say, are there plans for further expansion and modernization of port facilities? And the final one we are going to take for now, the 9291, they say, how does NSBT intend to support Sierra Leone's ambition of becoming a regional maritime and logistics hub? Come over to you, Director. Maybe get some questions.
You promise me? You will promise me on the questions.
Yes, so there's one where they ask about whether there are plans for further expand or modernize port facilities.
Yeah, sure. I mean, we mission and vision very clear. We want to compete at regional level, and in fact, we want a competitive advantage. That is why, if you look at our operations and we engagements with both concessionaires, you find out say over time they need to do development projects. You know, the port was not I mean, not so, as it is now, not so the port's been there before, and you find out say as per the agreements we get with NSBT, then get progressive developments where they go for the undertake. I mean, what they say, NSBT and get progressive what they go for the undertake as time goes on. The reason why today we have a new BAT we don't establish. I mean, we don't consult a new BAT. You know, the same for AGL, we own FTL. They also, if you look at the concession agreements over time, they have invested a lot. You know, in machineries and all of that. You go to their place, you see the current as I'm speaking. There is a project underway a bus rehabilitation undertaken by AGL. So that tells you that definitely, I mean, again, what we should underscore is the fact that Sierra Leone is only limited to the port of Freetown. We have other ports. However, being that the port of Freetown is a major port, that is why we ensure say in the agreements we we then concessionaires there. So thankfully, I don't just at the middle. I get one at the two. They flag me. The agreements we did with them. In fact, and to be very honest, they have not proven otherwise.
Yeah.
They have not proven otherwise at all. You understand? And they don't keep to their own bargain.
Yeah.
That is why we see progress at the ports. And we know, I mean, by the time the negotiation agreements will come to an end, we don't see tremendous progress at the port as we see now. Yeah.
All right, I will come over to you. You can get a question where I will also want for you parting statement as we know get time at the studio again. Somebody may ask whether how the NSBT intend for support Sierra Leone's ambition of becoming a regional maritime and logistics hub.
To answer the question of somebody was in the question, NSBT have a vision to build a Navy Academy, which the program is ongoing, which we directors them, the boss them. This Navy Academy, NSBT, they get the vision to build. And they give me the opportunity for train, we pilot them. Before this time, people they go Ghana, go another countries there for training. So when we build this one here, we get the human resource, the infrastructure, everything. So all training they happen here, and also when it's come to navigation at the sea, all these are ambition way the company they try for work into. But yes, we have a plan to do that.
Okay, thank you very much. And finally, over to Daryl Cooker. Waiting will be your parting statement.
Well, I want to let me fumble and know say Freetown Terminal no come for make money, but we come for partner with the government of Sierra Leone and for make the vision of this government and the people of Sierra Leone see and put Sierra Leone at the map of West Africa and the globe. We also want for say we they exist because we they compete with other ports them and create a benchmark for letting us see Freetown Port is existing. Over the past years, we don't set one of the highest moves per hour in West Africa, regardless of Guinea and the rest, and try to compete with others. But as I want to leave people, we want to build the confidence. We dare also for invest more in digitalization, innovation, talent, training and everything, and for invest on the manpower of Sierra Leonean. We try as best as possible for use less of expatriates and invest more on Sierra Leonean and for see how we go change the narrative of Sierra Leone.
Thank you very much for joining at the program. And finally, to the Director of Planning, Research and Development, Abubakar Kambara. As you part in statement, how you see the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority in the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, we like I say inter earlier, or among other things, now the fact say we target now to become a maritime hub in the sub-region, and we have started doing that. We are active members of International Maritime Organization, the IMO. We are an active participant of PIMOCA. We are an active participant of IAPH. That is why now we get things them for sure. We don't get awards consecutively from PIMOCA as the best ports in Africa. Exports goes again, we get certificates where they show that day. Then let's underscore this. We get within the US Coast Guards can do a salon biannually. Then they do an ISPS audit. We get what we call the International Ship and Port Facility Security. This is an international framework where the US Coast Guards can come and then countries here so and can do ISPS audits. I will happily tell you, say, we don't pass the audits here consecutively for the past 3 audits we don't conduct. All above 70%. That one they attract vessels. That one they attract vessels from the US. We can visit the country just for that. And it will interesting for you to know that we even attract. I mean, of course, the Master Ship. They were here in 2023, and they go in less than a few months. They came back to Sierra Leone for coming people. This they tell you say if we don't have a secured port and we not get that international recognition, they cannot come here. We also host Logos Hope, a vessel in our online library. They've come here several times under this administration. Okay. So I mean, there are lots to talk about, but but we don't have time. But,
All right, plenty. Thank you for when I will join the program today. Well, fam, on all this we get time for inside the Port Hour. Remember, say this program will come back to Unu next week. Tuesday, same time, same station. Now, for continue for the trust, the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority for bringing you the very best in trade facilitation as we do for Connect Sierra Leone to the international trade. Tete, we meet next week. May we bring the program to Unu for Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. Mina Mac Ivan Kark Mindivandi, Mina the head of media and public relations at the Sierra Leone Ports and Harbours Authority. They say Tata.